では、行きましょう。私たちの舞台へ。
Welcome to PST channel. Have you enjoyed Rinascita of version 2.0? As for me, this is peak of gacha game. Everything is so beautiful from graphics to music. The story is way too good too. This made me change my plan to release story patch by patch from now on. Leave the story to PST so everyone can enjoy the game at your own pace. If you skip or confused, always check back on this channel. Without further ado, let's go! After fixing Black Shore problems, Rover received a message from Shorekeeper regarding the solution to Abby's weakened frequency before diving deeper into the details. Shorekeeper insisted that Rover go to Black Shores to check the historical records stored in the Cetus system. Inside Cetus data, Rover encountered projections of their past self, recounting actions and motivations from earlier times. The past Rover revealed that this message was left to guide Rover in the future, and he admits that he is the one who removed all of Rover's past data.
あの存在が目を覚ましたのなら、約束通りインペラトルを探すといい。文明に潜むパラドックス、やがて全てを知るあなたはどのような選択をするのか。
If the issues at Black Shores are resolved and Abby weakened, Rover must search for Imperator, with whom an agreement was made long ago. Shorekeeper identified Imperator as a sentinel of Rinascita, also known as the Land of Echoes, famous for its advanced echo technology and home to many echoes like Abby. This region might hold clues about Abby's origins. Shorekeeper gave Rover an invitation from the Monteli family, allowing access to the city of Rinascita through the Reguna port. Despite the chaos caused by the resurrection of the Threnodians in other regions, Rinascita was surprisingly unaffected and was preparing to celebrate the Grand Carnivale festival. Alto had prepared a ship for Rover's travels and provided insights into the culture of Reguna's people, who revere sentinels as gods. After some time, Rover's ship was attacked by a giant whale.
Attack clear. No, I mean the whale from Genshin Impact. Look like so. My God, we will beat it from the get-go.
In this dire situation, Brant and his party came to Rover's rescue. Brant explained that his group was attending Carnivale, where Sentinel Imperator would appear to award those who performed best, with the honor of hearing the voice of a sentinel. While talking, a wave-worn phenomenon occurred, forcing Rover to join in the fight. After the battle, Rover conversed with the party and noticed a suspicious bag. Brant explained it belonged to the liner's first mate, a shy woman who gave Rover a rare ancient coin to show there was no ill intent. Upon reaching the port, Rover encountered a cult-like group, seemingly sending someone off on a pilgrimage. Rover tried to intervene but was stopped by Cristoforo, a playwright, who explained that the pilgrims were searching for the land of the Covenant of the Sentinel. Later, Rover boarded the Echo Gondola, a ship to the city of Reguna. Due to some requirements, there were issues entering the city. Although Rover presented the Monteli family letter to the inspector, entry was still delayed until Phoebe arrived and helped Rover gain access. Phoebe shared the legend of Rinascita Island. In the past, people journeyed across the sea in search of a home. Despite praying to the heavens, nothing improved. They encountered numerous deceit discords in a sky filled with dark rain clouds until a mysterious voice guided them to an island, where they learned about echoes. They settled there and named the island Rinascita, and the voice revealed itself as Imperator. When Rover asked how to speak with a sentinel, Phoebe replied that only the Primus of the Order, Fenrico the Enlightened One, had ever communicated with a sentinel. Rover then went to the Averardo Bank to collect funds prepared by the Monteli family and met Zani, who explained she was assigned as Rover's guide and bodyguard by the Monteli family. She took Rover to a restaurant, assuring Rover to order freely as the Monteli family would cover the costs. While enjoying the meal, Rover's attention was drawn by a sound nearby. Zani explained that it was a rehearsal for the Echo Dance performance organized by the Monteli family. Unexpectedly, the Vitrium dancers lost control and charged at Rover. At that moment, Rover's mind connected with an echo, and Rover heard the voice of a sentinel. Who pleaded for help to restore what was lost to the human world. Regaining composure, the echo was found kneeling, begging before fleeing. After considering the sentinel's words, Rover suspected that Imperator might be in a vulnerable state, similar to the sentinel of Jinzhou, relying on echoes for communication. To confirm this, Rover must find that echo. With Fulman's assistance, Rover discovered a mysterious masked individual behind the uncontrollable echo. This led to a mask shop, where negotiations with a woman revealed that the mask had been commissioned by Gilberto, a man from the Fisalia family.
Gilberto, 例の件はどうなったかね?
順調ですよ、アレッシオ様。これも花のおかげです。
注意したまえよ。過ぎた真似をすればいらぬ注目を集めてしまう。
はい、もちろんです。
私の守りはあくまでも一時的なもの。今でも抑えきれない力と声が漏れ出ている。
そのための団結と融合ですよ。こうして信仰が一つになっていくことを神は望んでおられます。
They follow Gilberto into the Cathedral of Mercury. Rover is greeted by Priest Alessio, who denies any connection to Gilberto and recounts the events of the last Carnivale 10 years ago. The city was enveloped in thick fog, the Vitrium dancers acted as ghosts, and a dragon's roar echoed while a giant sea monster stirred the waves. The Order views this as divine judgment against the city's indulgence, and they warn Rover not to get involved in the recent Vitrium dancer incident. Despite the warning, Rover is granted the freedom to explore the cathedral and begins investigating with Zani. They discover a room in the cathedral gardens resembling a confessional, but it turns out to be a freight elevator leading to Whisperwind Haven.
So calming. I believe it's gonna be licensed music for sure. Wuwa already does that in the previous live stream. I mean, in the 1.0 version too. Oh, beautiful and vastful. This is new open world area. Wow.
They continue the search for Gilberto, only to find his trail ends there. Zani suspects Gilberto used a Wingri to flee. While searching, Rover encounters Cristoforo, a mysterious playwright. Cristoforo reveals that a Fisalia member has been frequenting Whisperwind Haven and echoes have been disappearing. Rover investigates, only to be attacked by out-of-control echoes, which seem manipulated. Rover then meets Acolyte Phoebe, who is also searching for a missing echo. They realize that Gilberto's actions are sacrilegious and team up. The missing echo appears, seemingly fleeing from something, and Rover pursues it. Rover finally confronts Gilberto, who, after a fierce battle, continues preaching a dark prophecy involving Laurelai in a sea of clouds engulfing Reguna, sparing only the faithful. Hearing this, the party believes that something must have happened to Laurelai. After Gilberto's defeat, Rover heads to the Sea of Clouds, but the port is closed due to an anomaly. The harbor master allows Rover to take a gondola, and while searching for one, Rover meets a noble lady from the masked reverie who asks to travel with Rover to catch a train in the Sea of Clouds. During the ride, the noble lady shared her thoughts on Reguna City, the Monteli and Fisalia families, and Rover. After the mysterious lady departed, Zani and Phoebe arrived. Together, they set off toward where Laurelai resides. At the Atrium of Reflections, a masked believer informed Rover that the path to Laurelai's domain was sealed. Unable to reason with them, Rover began investigating the area to find an alternative way forward. Through their investigation, Rover realized that the key to unsealing Laurelai's domain was a chorale. With encouragement from Rover and Zani, Phoebe gathered the courage to sing the melody. The song unlocked the sealed passage before Rover. Rover then faced the Queen of the Night, Laurelai's corrupted form, influenced by the Lycoris.
What? Are we protecting it?
After defeating her, Rover restored Laurelai to her true self. Rover also found the Vitrium Dancer that had fled, but it was damaged while protecting Rover. Zani kept it at the Monteli terminal. Laurelai, a remnant creature enlightened by the Sentinel, revealed a shocking truth: the current primus of the Order is not the legendary Enlightened One, Sentinel's Resonator. The link between the Sentinel and the mortal world has been severed, and only the Laureate of Carnivale has a chance to communicate with them. Laurelai also disclosed the identity of the one causing the echoes to lose control, the Conductor. Shaken by Laurelai's revelations, Phoebe decided to return to the Order to seek answers and bid farewell to Rover. With Laurelai's information, Rover was certain that Cetus was behind the chaos among the echoes. Rover and Zani then headed to the Averardo Vault, the heart of the Monteli family, to seek allies and repair the damaged Vitrium Dancer Echo. At the outer part of Averardo Vault, Rover was stopped by Echo Guards. Just as tensions were rising, the noble Lady Rover had met earlier appeared and commanded the guards to stand down. She formally introduced herself as Carlotta Monteli, the second daughter of Monteli. Carlotta led Rover into the Averardo Vault, explaining that her family was aware of Cetus's evil deeds and was willing to help. She planned to deliver the evidence Rover had collected to her uncle, Capalo, who would arrange a formal meeting to exchange information about Cetus. Before the meeting, Rover took some time to explore the vault. After waiting for a long time, Rover searched for Carlotta and discovered she was in trouble. Capalo had vanished. In private, Carlotta revealed information from Gilberto's interrogation. There were traitors in the family who had been bribed by Cetus. Carlotta asked Rover for help in reaching the traitors' hideout deep within the vault via an alternate passage. She hoped to capture and interrogate them to gain more information. Before Rover entered the alternate passage, Carlotta assigned Zani to create a diversion by drawing the attention of the traitors' helpers in the property room. With everything in place, Rover and Carlotta prepared to venture into the depths of the Averardo Vault.
Capture her. Perfect.
Rover and Carlotta reached the tuning room deep within the vault and caught the tuners, frequency specialists, tampering with the family's echoes using Lycoris, the flower which has the property of controlling echoes. Intimidated by Carlotta, they confessed their betrayal. They had altered the echoes and sent them to the rehearsal venue. While the traitors were taken away, Carlotta suspected an even more dangerous traitor was involved. To thank Rover, Carlotta offered to take Rover to the family's Echo Collection Room, where Rover might uncover connections between the Sentinel and the Vitrium Dancers. In the Echo Collection Room, Carlotta proudly presented the family's treasured collection of echoes, symbols of freedom and the Monteli family's commitment to developing reserved terminals for exploration beyond Rinascita. Common echoes relied heavily on beacons and couldn't be used at sea, limiting exploration outside Rinascita. Here, Rover discovered the first Vitrium Dancer, the prototype for all other Vitrium Dancers, the same one that had empathy with Rover in the city. Carlotta suggested this was no coincidence. The Sentinel might be using this Vitrium Dancer to send a message. Rover decided to delve into the archives on Vitrium Dancers for further insight. The Vitrium Dancers' origins fade into obscurity as their family grows. Archives reveal that their Tayset discord originated from shattered stained glass in Forbidden Tower ruins, which depicted the Sentinel's tales. Carlotta and Rover are intrigued by the Sentinel's message, which seems to point them toward hidden truths about the Order and the Sentinel's location. They plan to venture to the ruins. In the Averardo Vault, they find Zani has completed her task, but the vault locks down unexpectedly, possibly due to traitors. Rover and Carlotta decide to investigate. They learn that Echo Guards have gone rogue, and after subduing them, they head to the tower ruins. At the ruins, they find stained glass depicting the Sentinel's legend and a stone tablet with a prophecy.
近くの石碑の文字と合わせてみると、ここで語られているのはこんな物語です。リナシータが建国された当時、2人の神がいた。1人は天を、もう1人は海を司り、2人の神は絶えず競い合っていた。彼らの生み出す変動により、リナシータは発展し続けた。伝説となったあの時代において、当時の人々は信仰上の対立を理由に争いを繰り返していた。そしてこの内戦は未曾有の残像長によって終止符を打たれた。その残像長を人々は黒潮と呼んだ。この厄災によりリナシータはほぼ壊滅した。黒潮の後、初代の主座ナポリ2世は瓦礫と灰の中から秩序を再建した。彼は教団を設立し、バラバラだったラグーナを導いた。だがほどなくして彼は神に召された。臨終にあたり彼は弟子たちにこう言った。神はもともと一体であったが、我々の信仰上の対立ゆえに引き裂かれたのだ。神の傷口から流れ出した血が悪夢のような黒潮となった。リナシータの苦難はまだ終わらない。だが引き裂かれた神はすでに未来の代弁者をお選びになられた。その少女はリナシータの最も盛大なる日に黄金の冠をいただき、神と共鳴し、予言にある神の代弁者となる。そして人々を導き、リナシータの苦難に終止符を打つだろう。その時、神は元の一体にお戻りになり、リナシータも神の栄光のもと、苦しみのない楽園となるだろう。
Carlotta deciphers it, revealing that the Sentinel's teachings may contradict the Order's. She hints at a secret on a northern island, but before she can explain, they are pursued by the Order. The Order forced Carlotta to side with them if she wished her family's safety.
の中で再会してちょうだい。
See? We can dock it.
Carlotta pretends to betray Rover but allows Rover to escape.
And now the dragon fight. Oh, cool, Abby.
On the island's bridge, Rover is ambushed by the dragon of Dirge but survives.
Oh, it's time for her. Roxia. Mamma mia.
Then he met with Rosia, a member of the Fool's Troop. She was the one inside the luggage bag during the meeting with Brant before. She mentioned that Abby is the person who took care of Rover.
多分水中でアブが助けてくれたんだと思う。
Oh my god, look like Abby face. We've
疲
got
れ
Abby
てまたそ
face.
こに戻った。
After exploring the island, Rover learns that the pilgrims' sails are actually ships of banished exiles, and many have been misled into believing that reaching the sacrificial arena will bring salvation. Rover heads there to confront the dragon of Dirge, the executioner of the pilgrim. After battling the dragon, Rover learns from Abby that the dragon's frequency reveals a connection to the Order. The dragon, once a Tayset discord, is now controlled by the Order. Rover realizes Fraxidus may be involved in the Order's plans to destabilize the Carnivale. They decide to confront Fraxidus and seek answers from a former laureate, Bardolino, who reveals that the laureate can communicate directly with the Sentinel. Rover joins the Fool's Troop to participate in a Carnivale performance, preparing for the festival. Carlotta reveals that the Monteli family's goals are more complex than they seem. They are seeking the truth about Rinascita's origin, and the Carnivale is a key part of this. Carlotta believes that the festival is meant to allow people to express their true selves, but the Order has manipulated it to maintain control. The Carnivale begins, and Rover assists the troop. After a confrontation with Frolova, a Fraxidus overseer,
舞台が整い幕が開く
I thought she said she wouldn't interrupt the carnival. Man.
役者たちよご登場願おう
Oh, what the fuck? The whole sky open?
皆様お楽しみに
Rover and the troop managed to pull out what they practice and made all of the fighting against echoes controlled by Fraxidus as a show.
Wow, she's strong, indeed. Not bad at all.
残念だけど彼女の予言によるとまだ王は退場しないあなたは真実に至ることができたかしら第1第2の予言はその通りになった残る第3の予言はあなた次第よ
Okay, now she control another whale. Little miss. Miss again.
「見事な演技だったわそろそろ終幕ねけどこれはあくまでも私たちの序曲に過ぎない」
At the end, we also managed to free Cetus the Tidebreaker from Fraxidus control. As a result, Rover earns a golden laurel from the Sentinel. The Sentinel has been weakened and unable to converse much with Rover, but give 2 hints. First hint tells Sentinel location to be at the inverted tower up in the sky. The second hint implies that the missing girl from the stained glass story is nearby and Rover should find her. Rover meets a girl named Cartheyia, who is somehow connected to the Sentinel. Carlotta reveals that Cartheyia is actually Fleur-de-Lis, the blessed maiden. She then says that she can't stay and run away. Carlotta was watching Rover acting weird, so she came to ask if Rover was just talking to himself. It turns out that nobody except Rover could see Cartheyia. Is she a ghost? Rover explained this to Carlotta to get the Monteli family help investigating. We also learn additional information from her that Fisalia family worship Leviathan, the Threnodian of this continent. Rover receives an invitation to meet Primus Fenrico at the Cathedral of Mercury. Fenrico apologizes for the actions of others and mentions a few very suspicious clues such as Fleur-de-Lis is not a Sentinel resonator but a Threnodian resonator. Also mentioned that she has managed her own second resonance awakening, which Rover believes to be impossible without him around. However, Fenrico shows no sign that he has been lying at all. Rover plans to continue uncovering the truth about the Sentinel and the Order. At midnight, Rover arrives at Liberty Square in response to an invitation from Carlotta's uncle, Capalo, though Rover remains suspicious of his true intentions. Capalo, the son of the Padrino and the future head of the Monteli family, expresses gratitude but warns that Rover's involvement may destabilize the family's balance. Capalo offers to take Carlotta's place in the alliance but advises Rover to stay out of Monteli affairs. Carlotta intervenes, leaving a cryptic message for Rover and mentioning a betrayal by Bennett, the family vault manager, who was killed after being caught stealing. At the rendezvous, Rover meets an elderly man who, after admiring a painting, hints at embracing change. As the rain stops, Carlotta meets with Rover, apologizes for Capalo's behavior, and reveals her concerns about traitors within the family. She confides that Bennett left a cryptic message before his death and asks for Rover's help in uncovering the truth. To avoid alarming potential targets, Carlotta offers Rover a new identity, Cat's Eye, as a provisional member of the Monteli family under her patronage. Rover and Carlotta investigate Bennett's residence, where they learn from Capalo's subordinates, Sage and Acorn, that they found nothing and believe Bennett had already sold the stolen items. Carlotta and Rover suspect that Capalo's calm demeanor during discussions about Bennett's betrayal and his management of the vault may be linked to the family's recent troubles. Meanwhile, Rover notices an elderly man, Duncan, observing from a distance and learns that Bennett's death may have connections to Scarlet Velvet, a group with which Bennett had contact. Rover and Carlotta meet with the bartender who arranges a meeting with Scarlet Velvet, who reveals that the Monteli family revoked their rights to do business with. Scarlet Velvet also denies that Bennett stole from the vault and discloses that he had left something behind at the coast, hoping it would never be needed. Rover and Carlotta decipher a cryptic message from Bennett's death, pointing to a collection requiring the highest authority in the vault. They uncover data indicating that Capalo removed a core module from a custom reserve terminal, framing Bennett. Carlotta, determined to uncover the truth, splits up with Rover. She investigates Capalo's private dock while Rover takes Bennett's terminal for repair. Rover met with an old man from before. Rover deduced that he is Francesco, Carlotta's grandfather and the current head of the family. At the dock, Carlotta is pulled into a mirror world by her reflection, which challenges her emotions and memories.
That is Lover.
She realizes that she has never been trusted by her family to lead, and her mirror self forces her to relive past regrets. Rover enters the mirror world and gives Carlotta a gun entrusted to them by Francesco, aiding her escape.
She actually shoots them out of the gun.
With the recovered terminal data, Rover and Carlotta decide to confront Capalo and force him to hand over the core module. They use deception to gain entry to a meeting. But Capalo's refusal to back down leads to a final showdown with Carlotta destroying the place and escaping together with Rover.
We are dancing.
Watakushi to tomo ni kite itadake masu ka? Naraba ochimashou, 2人で.
As the rain falls, Carlotta finds peace in knowing her true self and her future, bidding Rover farewell. She gives Rover the cat's eye brooch, symbolizing the permanent bond between them.
私が初めて、そして唯一、ファミリーに推薦した人なんですから。
And that's it for the 2.0 story quests. However, there are much more clues toward future patches already. The first Blackshore NPC has revealed a clue that the Pegasus statue, who we believe to be what Imperator looks like, actually does not match the Sentinel record from Tethys system. This implies that Pegasus is not Sentinel. The next clue comes from the KU robot that speaks in 16-bit code. We can encode it into Equo Ne Credite, which implies not believe horse. Now what can both of these lead to? Well, I don't know, of course. XD. However, I can make a guess from this fleur-de-lis story picture with her as the center and both Leviathan and Pegasus are stacked together. I believe that those two mythical creators could be fused into the true form of Frenodian. So basically, neither of them are the Imperator we seek. And the true Imperator won't reveal his body until we reach the Invert Tower. What does everyone think about this theory? Do you agree or disagree? Do you think Cartheyia is a Sentinel Resonator or Frenodian Resonator? Please let me know in the comment below. This channel is created for people who want to experience game stories, but not have the time commitment. We'll cover classics like Final Fantasy 1-16, as well as mobile and MMO games. No need to spend hours learning their stories anymore, a quarter is all PST asks. Thank you and see you soon.